Hello guys, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to discuss some math functions in PHP. So these are some built-in math functions in PHP that are already defined in PHP. So these are some functions. So first is absolute function, that is named as absolute, but here is a short form of absolute function. Similarly, here is a power function, ceiling, floor, square root. This function of named as pi will return the value of the pi. Similarly, here are sine, cos and tan functions that are trigonometric functions that are already defined or predefined in PHP. So I'm gonna use here absolute function. So this absolute function will takes a value as argument. The value can be negative or positive. If the value is positive, it will return the corresponding positive value. Now I'm gonna write here that absolute value is, so I'm gonna write here the function absolute, and here I'll pass the value, for example -100, so it will return the corresponding positive value. Now I'm gonna save the file, refresh the page. Here you will see the result. Here you can see that absolute value is 100. Similarly, here are some other functions, so I'm gonna write here break. Now I'll copy paste this statement. Now I'm gonna write here that power of. So this power function will takes two arguments. The first will be the value and the second will be the power of the value, for example 2 raised to power 2, or we can also write 2 raised to power 5, or any value we can write here. Here I'll use power function. Now I'm going to save the file. You will see the result that the power is 4 because 2 raised to power is 4. Similarly, here I'll change the values for ceiling or floor function. So I'm going to write here ceiling value is here, and here I'll change the name of the function, that is ceil. So this ceiling function will take a value as argument. Its value can be a decimal point value. For example, if I enter here 2.5, so this ceil function will return a value that will be a smallest integer that will greater than or equal to 2.5, or the value that will be passed in argument. Similarly, here I'll change the value or description to floor. Floor value is, so I'm going to change the name of the variable here floor, and it will also take a value or decimal point value, so it will return the greater value that will be less than or equal to the value that is passed as argument. Now I'm going to save the file, refresh the page. Here you can see that the ceiling is 3 and floor value is 2. Similarly, here are some other functions. For example, here is a square root, so I'm going to use here that I'm going to write here the description. So I'm going to write here that, so I'm going to change the name of the function sqrt, and here I'll pass any value. For example, if I want enter here 169, now I'm going to save the file, and you will see that the under root of this 169 is 13, that is displaying on the web page. Similarly, here are some other sine, cos and tan functions, so I'm going to write a statement for these functions. So here you can see that here I'll change the description that, so here I'll write that sine value is, similarly here will be tan. These are some trigonometric functions, so here I'll change the names of the functions to sine. Similarly, here is a cos, and here's I write tan. Now I'm going to change here the value, for example 30. Similarly, here I'll enter 60, and here I'll enter a value of 45. Now I'm going to save the file, and you will see the result. I'm going to refresh this page. Here you can see that sine value is, cos value is, and tan value is. So the value of the sine for sine 30 and cos 60 and tan 45. For all of these values, the result of sine, cos and tan is displaying on the web page. So here you can see, so the value of sine 30 is 0.5 or 1/2. So for this we can write here 30 multiplied by pi, that is a pi function that will return the value of the pi, that is 3.14 and so on. Now I'm gonna divide this by 180 to make this value a radian. So then we will be able to get the value 0.5 or 1 by 2, that is the value of sin 30. Similarly, I will use this method for other functions. Now I'm going to save, copy this and paste it here. Now I'm going to save the file, refresh the page, and you can see that the sine value is 0.5 or that is equivalent to 1 by 2. Similarly here, and tan 45 is 1. So these are some math functions that are used in PHP. These are built-in functions in PHP. So hopefully guys you have understood about math functions in PHP. So thanks for watching this tutorial. I'll see you in the next tutorial.